So what'll happen is this guy will be able to... Oh, shit. No. That's too much fire for one guy to put... Look at the whole city... Hi everybody, welcome to another evening with Sips. Tonight we're taking a look at an oldie but a goldie. It's Pharaoh. My god, this game is legendary. It's so good. It's fairly old, but it's very good. Also, the music is very, very loud. Let's do this. We're going to rebuild ancient Egypt in one of the best city builder games of all time. Holy shit, it's so good. Let us make a family. We will delete the family Wadao, which is there randomly, and we will create a new family called the Costanzas. The Costanzas. Costanza. George Costanza of ancient Egypt. There we go. We're ready. We can begin our family history now as the Costanzas in ancient Egypt. A village is born. This is it. This is the start. We need 6 meager shanties, and we have to create an area of housing and watch immigrants arrive. No problem. We can do that. This guy is talking in the background. We don't need to worry about what he's saying. We can literally just go straight to the city, which we're going to do now. There we go. Look at this. We're in the city. So, you get a map. And you have to build stuff. We have to build a city. Look, there's a whole bunch of ostriches here as well that we can maybe kill later on. But it's a pretty simple game. We're going to build some roads. We're going to create an area of housing. And we're going to watch immigrants arrive. And also, we're going to try to remember not to press W because it shows us the water overlay. So, I like to, when playing this game, have a... No, I didn't. I really did not want to do that. I didn't want to do that either. Shit, I'm so like confused with the controls and stuff. It's been a long time. I like to make a city that's like sort of packed in tight with like these like nice little... So we have housing, which we can put like here and here. See, it can go too deep because your houses develop after a while. So we're gonna go too deep, either side of the road here and then up here. So we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, great. That should fit perfectly. We should be able to get a nice big whack of housing in there, which we're going to do. I can just go here, place all this housing, and hope that this guy moves it. Come on. Come on, get out of here. We want people to live there. Look. So, these little signs go down to indicate that houses will be built. And look at this. From the bottom of the screen here where this path goes off, we have our first immigrants. Our first immigrants are coming into the city. And they're probably all fairly furious that there's just a bunch of ostriches walking around here, pooping on everything. Hopefully, once they move into their mud huts, all these ostriches will start going away. Now, it might be hard for you to see all of this because this game's native resolution is like 1024 by 768 because it's a very, very old game. I mean, back in the day, that was absolutely fine. Nowadays, everybody's got like widescreen high definition, 1920 by 1080 and whatever, so there's no way around it really. You could stretch it out, but it doesn't look amazing, so it's normally better to play it like in its native resolution. There we go, look at that. Fucking ostrich. You've had it now. Your goose is cooked. Somebody's going to build a house there and you're going to have no way out. You're going to be stuck in the alleys of our fair city forever. Until the end of time. Great. There we go. So, we are creating an area of housing and watching immigrants arrive. We're doing that right now, which is fine. We can always go into... Oh, no. Some of this stuff isn't unlocked yet. Look, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm starting to remember how to actually play this. All right. So, food or famine. Here we go. Growing population needs a reliable source of food and some means of storing and distributing it. Certain animals, like the ostriches in this region, as we've seen, can be hunted for game. Great. Okay. So, we're going to build a granary and we're going to start hunting for some food. It's going to be great. I've got these options that have opened up now, and look at they're like flashing away like there's no tomorrow. What the fuck is going on there? We want to build a hunting lodge, and we also want to build a granary. We will store all of the food that we get from the hunting lodge in the granary, and then we'll distribute that food using the bazaar or like the marketplace or whatever. So let's get a hunting lodge here. And we'll see. This guy comes out of the hunting lodge. Look, he's going into the city now. He's recruiting people to work at the hunting lodge. And see, now he's gone by the buildings, and none of these people actually have work now. So all of a sudden, we have people working in this hunting lodge and killing ostriches. See, they're killing the ostriches. They're bringing back the dead ostriches, turning them into meat. And now we have a wagon full of meat with nowhere to go because we don't have a granary. So we're going to set up a granary probably here. There we go. We don't want it too close to where everybody lives. And of course, again, this guy's going to have to go out and recruit. And that's how you do it. That's basically that. Those are the basics of this kind of game. Oh, look, we need some clean water now. Well done. You've managed to supply this village's granary with food. Now the villagers need access to clean water from a water supply, which is much preferred over well water. Okay, great. We're going to get some water now. Health and sanitation. Here we go. We can make a well. You have to make a well, like, see where there's grass growing. That means that there's, like, water nearby or whatever. Or we can just have this, like, full water supply. Now, you get roadblocks later on in the game, and I can explain that, like, later on to you. But for now, we probably want to put this water supply up here. Because the way buildings work in this game is everything follows a road. Like, all the workers follow a road. So what'll happen is you'll get two guys holding, like, a pail of water, and they'll distribute the water out to the people. They'll follow these roads. But look we've got roads stretching all the way down here, all the way up here. So sometimes, instead of actually turning down here and supplying these houses with water, this guy might just start wandering up and over here or like down here or whatever where nobody actually needs. See, he's doing it right now. See, the granary and the hunting lodge don't need water, but these people do. And if they haven't had water after a certain amount of time, they'll start to downgrade again. See, the mud huts have like upgraded now to like a better mud hut. There's been a fire. And of course, you need to get services and stuff too. So fire, this shows you how they patrol and how they put out the fires. So we've got this municipal structures menu now at the firehouse. We'll just shove the firehouse up here next to the water supply. Guy will come out, recruit, and then we'll have a chief fire guy. That's his official title. See, look, he's putting out fires. That house is burnt down. There's been a fire in the city. You can always, oh look, there's a big fucking fire in the city now. So what'll happen is this guy will be able to, oh shit, no. That's too much fire for one guy to put. Look at the whole city is burning down. Shit. This is not good. Look, these people have decided to move out before they die from a massive fire. This guy, old police chief McGarnacle here, all by his goddamn self, trying to put out all the fires. It's not really working. Half the city is dead. Oh, shit. So, oh no, not the hunting lodge. Look at this. All of our fucking money is just gone right down the toilet, even though there's no plumbing or sanitation in these times, or toilets. Oh fuck, there goes the granary full of meat as well. It's a real shame, actually. We've just lost everything, but it's okay. At least we know now that we actually need a fire guy to walk around and do inspections and stuff, and it's probably worth actually getting two of these. Look, we're gonna get one here too. This guy's always gonna have to come back here, so he'll always sort of go by these two buildings and be able to keep them from lighting up on fire. I mean, we've just lost a lot of meat. We could have used all that meat, but sadly, it's all gone now, and we're never gonna get back. All right, let's get this all built up again. We need some houses and stuff. We're gonna get the hunting lodge back up, and as soon as old McGarnacle here is finished extinguishing all of this granary fire, we should be able to get another granary and fill it with sweet, succulent ostrich meat. I say it's sweet. I don't even know if it is. I don't know. I've never had ostrich meat before. I don't even know if you're allowed to eat it. Is it like one of those things? It's almost like you're not allowed to have like a tiger skin cape or cloak or whatever. It's like against the law now. Maybe it's the same with ostriches, that you're not supposed to eat their meat. Or do they even provide like decent meat? Maybe people just don't eat. It's like kind of like horse meat. Do people eat horse still? I don't fucking know. I don't even want to know either. All right, here we go. We're out hunting again. We're going to get our granary built up again. Here we go. We have a small little thriving city of 160 people. Look at this. They're all out there delivering water to each other, checking for fires, killing ostriches. Quite the happening place. The population keeps growing. These little houses can actually cram quite a few people into them. It's pretty unbelievable, actually. And the bigger they get, the more people can fit into them. You'll see. As some of these houses start upgrading, you just get these massive influxes of immigrants and stuff. Most of the missions in this game sort of require you to get to a certain population as well. I kind of like doing this sort of thing, though. I like to build these like little neighborhoods, fully service them, and then later in the game you get roadblocks, coming back to what I was saying before. So I could put like a roadblock here and a roadblock here, and certain people would be able to get past it, but these guys up here, like the water supply and the fire thing, wouldn't go past the roadblock. So they'd be confined to just patrolling this square area, and they would constantly and consistently be servicing all of these residences here. So they would never run out of supplies or services or whatever. And that's the key to the game. You need to keep everything fully supplied, stocked up and everything. You need to keep your trade routes going. You need to make sure that you've got enough warehouse space and that you manage it all properly so that all of your luxury goods and stuff are intact and everything. And it's fucking awesome. Later on in the game, you get to build like pyramids and like these big monuments and stuff. It's fucking so good. Okay, so Bazaar is going to be the next thing. This is the food distribution. So we're going to put it up here. This is going to go out. This guy's going to go out and he's going to say, hey, does anybody want to distribute food to the whole city? And everybody's just saying, no, I don't want to fucking do that. But, you know, somebody has actually started working here. You can see this guy is just sort of gyrating a bit. He's doing like a sort of almost like a mini pelvic thrust out there, and he's holding what looks like a fish, possibly. He's holding some sort of fish, and he's trying to wow everybody with the fish. So what's going to happen here in a minute is a lady with a pot on her head, followed by an army of children, is going to make her way down to the granary here and pick up all of this spiced, salty ostrich meat. All right, here we go. See? We've gotten some food into the market or the bazaar, and this woman is now distributing the food. And look, these people are upgrading even more. So we are now providing houses with food from a bazaar. There we go. She's going to have to go get more. See, we got this woman with the jug on her head and this army of children carrying ostrich meat through the town. Probably stinks because it's raw. These people are going to have to cook it up on some sort of crude fire or whatever they have in these like mud huts and make some... Ah, look it. There we go. Fucking did it. Victory achieved. Already. Well done. We did it.
Filling your people's bellies with nourishing food and protecting their homes
Listen
from
to this
fire
guy.
and collapse. You have helped this fledgling civilization
That's
take
right.
its first step on the long road of history.
The Costanzas are a force to be reckoned with, and I would say at this point, fairly fucking unstoppable, actually. So there you go. That is the first mission. We just completed it. Final culture rating was 0. Final prosperity rating 0. We didn't even touch on any of those because it's the first mission. It's just sort of teaching you how to play at this point. Final kingdom rating was 50. Final city fund 790, and final population 294. Great. It took us 22 months to complete all these stats and stuff, and then you can just continue on to the next one, which is Thinis. Thinis? Is it Thinis? The dawn of civilization. We need to make 10 ordinary cottages, and we have to mine some gold for the palace's treasury. Fantastic. No problem. We're going to have some gold, which is going to apparently produce some crime. We have to be careful about that. That's okay. We'll get set up like we did last time, and it'll be no problem. Here's all the gold up here in the map. It's on the left-hand side of the map. There's a lot of gold to be had here. We've got a road coming in here where all the immigrants will be coming from. And we probably want to have our city set up fairly close to the river so that we can get water supplies and all that other stuff here. So this is probably a good spot. We're going to go here. We're going to set up right here. We're going to have some houses set up in here. There we go. So we want to make sure that it's always 4 across and then however many up you want. It doesn't really matter. We need 10 cottages, I think. So that's fine. That'll be more than enough cottages built in there. Okay, we'll let people spill into the city, into Thinis, our new city. Here they come. Look at this. They're making their way off the road, and they're taking the scenic route through, like, this, I don't know, these palm trees and, like, this swamp. You gotta be careful. Sometimes there's like alligators and stuff that like pop out of the river and eat people. I don't know if they know that, but it's best to be careful. We'll make one gold mine just to start with, and we'll have to hook it up to a road. No problem. We're gonna build a road. We'll build a road that comes like out like this. Here we go. We'll connect it all up to the main road now. It has access to a road, and we need to build a palace so that we can convert the gold into the currency, which is debonaires. We're going to call it debonaires. Okay, so this guy, as you can see, is looking for people to work at the gold mine. The gold mine is about 10 miles away from the city, and this guy is never going to make it over here. So one thing you can do if you're just looking for people to occupy something like this is just set up some really crappy houses up here. Just make like a shanty town, get some people to move into them, and then he'll be able to pick from them and get people working in the gold mine. That should be fine. He's got a long way to trek all of this gold back. I don't know if there's any gold closer by. No, there doesn't seem to be. That's okay. So as soon as we start getting some gold, we'll have to transport it to here, the village palace, which is going to cost us 900 big ones, and has to be built on grass. So look, we can make it look really nice and have the palace like at the end of the town here. There we go. Look at this. Our unemployment is currently 100% because there are literally no fucking jobs in this town. But it's just dropped to 78% because now people are working at the palace. See, look, we got 2 guards out here shuffling around, just waiting for shit to happen. That's fine. We can also get a water supply set up. And look at it. You can see, look, the roads have like changed. They look a lot nicer because the palace is up and running. And it's like this like nice place that influences the area. What'll happen is, I mean, these roads get upgraded, but that also means that as these buildings get upgraded, the surrounding area is nice enough so they'll turn into like really luxurious looking mansions and stuff. It's pretty good. All right, so we're delivering water out to the houses now. These houses are slowly upgrading. See, we've got a sturdy hut. We've upgraded from a crude hut. The huts become sturdier as you deliver water to them. Apparently, that's how it works. Great. And we also need to get on top of food fairly quickly. It looks like there is a big flock of ostriches here, which we can probably get some food from. So let's get a hunting lodge set up. Let's also get a granary set up. And before stuff starts burning down, let's get a whole bunch of firehouses set up all over the place here. So that these guys can start patrolling. Look, we're going to set one up here in the shanty town too. This guy has taken the wrong way straight away, but luckily it was close enough so that people start working here. And this guy's going to make sure that the gold mine doesn't burn down, also that the shanty house town doesn't burn down. And these guys are all just going to patrol down here and make sure that everything stays intact. So, great. We're already collecting some fine hot meats from the ostriches. We have a hunter's lodge, and we're going to need to make a bazaar so that we can start distributing some of this food as well. Oh shit, no, there's been a fire. Come on, McGarnacle. Get in there, quickly. There's been a collapsed building as well. Oh, that's because we have this architect's post now as well. This is the one that you need to prevent buildings from actually collapsing. And the firehouse is the one that you need for stuff to not catch on fire, obviously. Okay, there we go. We're going to set that back up. We have an architect's post now. We're probably going to need an architect's post in here as well. And we're probably going to need a police station as well. Police station you need because people will try to steal gold from the palace if the area is not policed properly. So we might as well set that up too. There, we've got pretty much everything now. I think we've got everything that we can possibly actually build at the moment. Except for these fucking houses, which are just goddamn falling down. Jesus Christ. Look at this. We're going to do a double whammy here. Well, we're out of money. We just ran out of money from building 2 more gold mines. We can connect both of those with that one road. See the way that it's like sort of like staired? Is that? We made it like into a stair. So now we have 3 gold mines bringing money or gold out that we can then flip into money. We have 613 debonaires now. Debonaires? It doesn't even say. I think it said before, but I can never remember the word. Unemployment is currently at 11%. You can always check to see what your tax rate is and everything by just hovering over the palace when you've built it. And look, well, it's great. Look, it's all working. Everything is working. I mean, it's early on in the game, but it gives you an idea of like later on how to do stuff. Later on, you can get like warehouses for goods. You can make like furniture and like you can make papyrus scrolls and stuff like that. You can make all sorts of cool shit, and it opens up trade routes with like the rest of the world that you can send stuff to people for money. A lot of the missions will require you to make a certain amount of money, have a certain amount of population, finish off some sort of monument, whether it be like a pyramid or just some sort of other burial tomb for like a pharaoh or whatever. And it's pretty cool. It's actually very, very cool. Look at this. Look at the money spilling in. We're getting 100 debonaires every time a wagon load of this gold turns up to the palace, which is very good. Oh, the gods of Egypt. Here we go. An Egyptian city cannot truly flourish without suitable places of worship. Of course it can. In the form of religious temples and shrines. These should be located close to the homes that they serve and must be dedicated to one of 5 gods. So you got Osiris, Ra, Ptah, Seth, and Bast. Every city has different religious tendencies. Okay, so basically you can make huge temples, you can make little shrines, but this all goes towards having people upgrade their houses. So we can make a shrine to whoever. In this case, we can only worship Bast in this city, so that's fine. We can also make a temple to Bast. Look at how big this is. It's fucking huge. Entertainment as well. As your city becomes more advanced, some citizens can enjoy leisure time activities such as taking in a little entertainment. Of course, back in ancient Egypt, that involved sort of putting a bear into a pit and having it maul people, and that was somehow fun to watch. Or was that ancient Rome? I can't remember. We're going to make a temple anyway. We're going to make a temple to Bast right here. That is going to improve the surrounding houses somewhat. See, these people are now living in a meager shanty, and it cannot evolve until it has access to religious facilities, which is about to get. As soon as somebody decides they want to work in the temple, there we go, look at that. Upgraded already. What kind of houses are these now? This is a rough cottage. Okay, so the next thing we need for the ordinary cottage is entertainment. So we can make a booth and a juggler school. Oh yeah, these are kind of cool actually. These work like on the roads. So see what I mean? On the corners here. It has to be a corner and actually spills onto the road but acts as part of the road. You can't just have it on the side here. Sometimes like I'll delete like just a house in here. So like this one. And so that I can put it on the corner. I quite like doing that. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to have a booth set up. Oh shit. You must place this over an intersect. Okay, yeah. So I think if we make a road here like this, it'll work now. Booth. There we go. So you can just delete this road now that you're done with it. And we have this booth for jugglers here. All we got to do now is set up a juggler school. Get some people working at the juggler school and training to be the best jugglers they could ever be. And this guy's going to walk around and entertain the living hell out of everybody in the city with his bowling pins that he's juggling. And then he's going to wind up here at this booth just doing a full-time 24/7 juggling act for everybody in the city to just go nuts about. It's fucking great, isn't it? What are these people complaining about now? Sturdy huts are having a detrimental effect on these places. I think we can actually make... can we make festival squares or anything yet? I don't know if we can. Do we have that stuff? Festival square. Yeah, we do. Okay, we can make a festival square. How the heck do you make this again? I think the festival square is like this. You have to make like a cross. I'm pretty sure that this is it. Where is it? Festival square. Yeah, there we go. So you make a cross with the road, and then you can make this big, cool festival square. And I think that has some sort of effect on the surrounding roads and stuff. Yeah, it does. Okay, great. So now, if we ever want to throw a festival from our... Oh, look at that. It doesn't even give me a chance to continue. I was going to say, if we wanted to ever throw a festival, that's where it would happen. So if we wanted to throw a festival in honor of Bast, who we've made a temple for and stuff like that, everybody would go to that festival square, just parade around hitting drums and shitting on each other or whatever, and then everybody would have a good time. And usually that costs like like some resources and some gold. So you'd have to spend a bit of gold, and you'd also have to say like spend 10 prune juices, because everybody loved to eat or drink prune juice back in ancient Egypt. There we go. Fucking done. Excellent.
Excellent.
Look, he even just said it.
The first true city in this unforgiving land.
It's true.
Providing for your citizens' corporal and spiritual needs.
I can't believe it.
Helped the Thinite Confederacy unify the divided land.
Ah, so happy. Great. So there we go. That was it. That was mission 2. It gives you an idea of how the game works, and you can see that it'll probably get a lot more complicated as time goes on, and indeed it does. There's like a lot of stuff that you have to balance out. There's a lot of, like I was mentioning before, warehouses and resources that you need to sometimes stockpile, sometimes trade. It just depends on the map. All the maps are different. Some resources will be available while others won't, and stuff like that. There's combat in this as well. You have to like raise armies, and I mean the combat's not amazing, but it's primarily a city builder game, so you don't generally have to spend too much time doing it. But totally worth it for $10. My God, I spent so much time playing this game when I was younger. It was unbelievable. I'd skip school sometimes just to stay home and make pyramids and stuff on this game. I used to love it, and I still do. And I'm glad that I can pick it up on GOG.com for $10. And just play it, and it's fucking awesome. It's just such a great game. There's other games in this series as well, apart from Pharaoh, which is ancient Egypt. There's also Caesar, which is ancient Rome. I think there's like 3 or 4 games from that series as well, from Caesar. There's Zeus and Poseidon, which is like ancient Greece. I think there's one called Empire, which is like sort of ancient China, which was really fucking good too, actually. I enjoyed playing that too. All of these old Impressions city builder games are amazing. I can totally recommend them. And if you're ever looking for something to fill a gap, maybe if you're bored of SimCity or any other kind of city building or whatever, these will definitely do it. And they're old games too. They'll run on just about anything. If you have like an old laptop or whatever, you can just fire this up. You don't need to be online. There's no like DRM or anything crazy like that. It's just old school, fun PC games that you can just play until you're blue in the face, or until you just need to come up for air and play something else or whatever. But great fun, and I will definitely be playing this going forward. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it wasn't too talky. There's a little bit to explain. It's not like a super complicated game. It's a lot of fun to play though, like I said. So feel free to pick it up. There'll be links and stuff in the description. Thanks as usual for watching, and I'll see you next time.